Okay, so the CCRU, or the Cybernetic Culture Research Unit. I won't try to explain what that is, read the book, but I will address one of the more exoteric parts of their oeuvre, being the Numerogram, or the decimal labyrinth. So, its closest relative is the Kabbalah, which can kind of be seen as a map of the divine realms. So they both have 10 sephirot and connective tissue between. They also both map zones onto spinal levels, as above, so below. So the idea is that the numogram was made by the Lemurian root race and long predates the Kabbalah. And over eons and eschatons, it decayed into the comparatively bleak Kabbalah of Jewish mysticism that we see today. Now, unfortunately, the uses and the meaning of the numogram are very well gatekept by magicians. And I don't think that'll change anytime soon. So what I'll try to explain in this video is the simple mathematics that construct the closed circuit of the numogram. Okay, so a recurring theme within the works of the CCRU, and specifically Nick Land, is syzygy. So I believe this is originally an astrological term that refers to when two planets are facing each other in alignment. So within the numogram, we have 5 syzygies, so spheres that represent numbers that are facing each other. And each of these syzygies adds up to 9. So that's 1 and 8, 2 and 7, 3 and 6, 4 and 5. You get the point. Okay, so for the next bit, I need to explain triangular numbers. So these are what we get when we arrange numbers into a triangular shape. So as we can see, the triangular numbers are 1, 3, 6, 10, 15, 21, and so on. Now these numbers are increasing in a clear interval, and hopefully you should be able to guess what the next triangular number is. Okay, it's 28. If you guessed right, congratulations. So the interval between each triangular number increases by 1 each time. So the first interval was 2, the second interval was 3, the third interval was 4, the fourth interval was 5, the fifth 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and so on ad infinitum. So now to explain the relevance of triangular numbers to the numogram. So from each sephora stems a number, and this number is the corresponding triangular number. So let's start at the top with the number 3. So what's the third triangular number? 1, 3, 6. 6 is the third triangular number. Thus 6 connects to 6. So following this, what's the 6th triangular number? 21. And 21 connects to 3. And I'm sure you're wondering how 21 and 3 are numerically equivalent. But within this kind of numerology, what we do is look at the digits of a number as integers. So 21 is composed of 2 and 1. And we need to collapse 2 and 1 into a singular digit, being 2 plus 1, 3. Thus 6 connects to 3 via 21. For another example of this, let's look at 7. What's the 7th triangular number? 28. In order to extract a single digit from this, we have to add 2 and 8, which brings us to 10, which is still a double digit. So we have to add the components of 10, 1 and 0, which bring us to 1, hence why 7 points to 1. Now for the final and most simple part of the numogram. From each syzygy stems a shaded arrow. This shaded arrow points towards the difference between the two numbers that compose the syzygy. For example, let's look at 2 and 7. This arrow points towards 5, because the difference between 2 and 7 is 5. So there we have the closed circuit of the numogram. I hope it was easy enough to follow along. Now, if you're still curious about the magical uses of the numogram, then I recommend that you check out Neo Spare's Introduction to the Numerogram, which I'll link in the description below.